We now learn about the subtraction rule or subtraction law for logarithms. Now, let's say we were given the following expression: log base 7 of 16 minus log base 7 of 2. And that we were asked to simplify this expression as much as possible. Well, the subtraction law allows us to state the following: this expression is equal to log base 7 of 16 divided by 2, where this 2 which is dividing the 16 is the 2 that was inside the logarithm being subtracted from the logarithm of 16. This in turn equals to log base 7 of 16 divided by 2, which is 8. This example illustrates the subtraction rule, which states the following: if we have log base b of some number a, and we subtract from it log base b of some number c, then this can be written as log base b of a over c. Do make a note of this result if you hadn't seen it already. Before working through a couple more examples, let me highlight something quite important. Notice that this rule only works if the two logarithms are written in the same base. Looking back at the first example, we can see that both of the logarithms we had were written in base 7. Consequently, the result was also in base 7. Okay, now that that's said, let's work through a couple more examples. Let's say we're given the expression log base 5 of 12 minus log base 5 of 3, and we're asked to simplify this expression as much as possible. Well, looking at this, we can see that we have two logarithms and that one of them is being subtracted from the other. We can also see that they're both written in the same base, which is 5. So we can use the subtraction rule we've just seen to write this as follows. This equals to log base 5 of 12 over 3, or 12 divided by 3. Since 12 divided by 3 is 4, this is equal to log base 5 of 4. And that's the answer. We've just simplified this logarithmic expression. Another example could be, we're given the expression log base 6 of 5 plus log base 6 of 10 minus log base 6 of 2. And once more, we're asked to simplify this as much as possible. Well, here we can see that we have three terms. The first two terms are being added, and the last term is being subtracted. We also notice that all three logarithms are written in the same base, 6. To simplify this, we'll go from left to right, and looking at the first two terms, since they are being added, we're going to use the addition rule that we've already seen. So that would be equal to log base 6 of 5 times 10 minus log base 6 of 2. That's equal to log base 6 of 5 times 10, which is 50, minus log base 6 of 2. We now have two logarithms, and the second one is being subtracted from the first. And of course, they're still both written in the same base. So we can use the subtraction rule now to state that this equals to log base 6 of 50 over 2. And finally, since 50 divided by 2 is 25, we can state that this equals to log base 6 of 25. And that's the answer. We've just simplified this logarithmic expression. And that's how the subtraction rule for logarithms works. And that's it for this tutorial.